Tonight, the ferry approaches a floating post office where lamplight glows behind small square windows and letters wait in careful stacks. There is no rush here, only steady hands, soft light, and the slow rhythm of water beneath the floorboards. The work is simple, the room is warm, and the night will carry us gently forward. The ferry continues its steady passage across the night water. Long swells lift the hull, then lower it again in even measure. The motion neither hurried nor delayed. Cool air rests evenly across the deck, not cold, only clear, untroubled by wind. Water moves beneath in broad, patient folds, each swell arriving with quiet certainty, passing under the hull, then smoothing again into darkness. Ahead, a low band of warmth gathers along the horizon. Not elevated, not singular, spread gently across the surface of the sea. The ferry maintains its patient course. No correction, no increase in pace, only gradual movement through open water. Between here and that distant glow, the sea remains wide and uninterrupted, a long, dark stretch that reflects almost nothing. As distance closes, the glow begins to separate. Individual windows emerge from the blur, small squares of amber resting close to the tide. The floating settlement reveals itself in layers, connected wooden platforms arranged in measured lines, narrow walkways bridging the spaces between them, rope railings drawn taut and straight. Each structure rests low against the water, supported by posts descending into unseen depth. The windows remain subdued, their light contained, steady rather than bright. No shoreline surrounds it. No land rises beyond. The ferry continues forward at the same even pace. The glow nearest the outer edge grows clearer than the rest, its windows broader, its doorway recessed beneath a small wooden awning, a warmer interior tone visible through the glass. Through those windows, shelves line the interior walls, small wooden cubbies arranged in careful rows, bundles stacked evenly along a central table. Paper catches light differently than timber, softer, more diffuse. The glow appears warmer because of it. The ferry advances without urgency. Water presses lightly along the hull, the sound low and continuous, more presence than noise. No movement crosses the walkways. No doors open along the settlement. The windows remain quietly lit. Before easing fully alongside, you reach toward the small brass bell mounted near the cabin doorway. Its surface dulled slightly by salt air, its handle worn smooth from steady use. You lift it once. A single tone carries gently across the water. Low, rounded, brief. It does not echo. It does not call attention. It rests for a moment in the cool night air, then settles back into stillness. the ferry continues its slow approach. The outer platform rises and lowers in quiet agreement with the tide. Boards aligned in long parallel lines. Edges worn smooth where hands and rope have passed over them. Lantern light spills from the open doorway of the post office, a contained pool of amber against the cooler tones of sea and sky. The sign above the entrance shifts slightly as the platform answers a swell. Its carved lettering faint but visible beneath the glow. Beyond the post office, further platforms extend inward toward the settlement's center, their windows dimmer, lower to the water, resting without movement. The sea continues beneath everything, broad, measured, unhurried. Wood nears wood. The dark ribbon of water between hull and dock narrows by small degrees, closing through steady continuation rather than effort. The warm interior remains visible through the doorway. Shelves ordered, bundles aligned, steam rising faintly into lamplight. And the ferry draws closer still, held gently above the tide, as the floating post office waits in quiet warmth ahead. The platform rises with the swell, then lowers again, its motion broad and unforced. A rounded mooring post waits near the edge, wood darkened along its base where tide has reached, lighter above where rope has passed over time. You lift the coiled line from the rail. The fibers bend easily in your hands, firm yet softened by repeated use. As the swell brings ferry and dock nearly level, you guide the rope around the post. Once, then again. The line settles into a gentle hold, not drawn tight, only close enough to remain steady beside the platform. The hull drifts inward the last small measure, wood nearing wood. The thin ribbon of water between them narrowing until it becomes only shadow. A soft contact forms along the side. Not a knock, only the quiet meeting of familiar surfaces. You pause before stepping across, watching the rise and fall align once more. The platform lifts, the ferry lifts. For a brief interval, they share the same height. One foot crosses onto the boards, then the other. Before turning toward the doorway, you reach back into the ferry cabin. A canvas satchel rests on the narrow bench, its shape modest, its weight even. You lift it carefully. The bundled letters inside shift only slightly, paper pressing softly against paper. The satchel strap settles over your shoulder. No strain, only steady weight. The ferry remains beside the dock, moving quietly with the tide. No further adjustment required. Lantern light spills from the post office doorway beneath the small awning, warmer than the night air, contained, inviting without brightness. You step toward the entrance, boards answering your movement in slow arcs. Inside, the room feels smaller than it appeared from the water. Lower ceiling, walls lined from floor to beam with wooden shelves. Bundles of letters rest in careful stacks, twine tied neatly around each grouping, paper edges aligned. You remove the satchel from your shoulder and place it gently on the central table. The weight settles with a soft shift. No thud, no scatter. You loosen the strap and open the satchel flap. Inside, envelopes lie arranged in even layers, edges squared, corners protected by the canvas lining. You lift the first bundle and set it beside the existing stacks. The twine around it remains intact, the label visible in careful script. One by one, you remove the remaining bundles, placing each neatly in a row along the table's edge. The room holds a different rhythm than the open sea, warmer, still, carrying the faint scent of ink and paper. The sound of water outside softens once the door settles closed. Not gone, only more distant. A small iron kettle rests atop a modest stove near the corner, steam rising in a thin, continuous thread. The water within shifts quietly toward warmth, not boiling, only nearing. You remove your gloves and place them beside the ledger, hands adjusting to the gentler air inside. A ceramic cup waits near the stove, simple, unadorned. You lift the kettle and pour, water meeting leaves with a soft, contained sound, steam curling upward in pale strands. The cup warms your palms as you hold it, heat traveling slowly through skin. On the table, the newly arrived bundles rest beside those already sorted, paper edges catching lamplight softly. The shelves remain orderly, the cubbies labeled in even handwriting, the ledger open and ready. Outside, the platform continues its patient rise and fall, barely noticeable from within. You set the cup down gently. The letters have arrived. The room remains warm, and the quiet work of the floating post office waits beneath steady lamplight. You draw the first bundle closer. Twine crosses the envelopes in 2 even lines, knotted carefully at the center. You loosen the knot with slow fingers. The fibers separate without resistance. The envelope spreads slightly as the twine lifts away, paper edges brushing softly against one another. You square the stack with gentle taps along the table's surface, aligning corners, evening edges. Each envelope carries a name written in dark ink, script measured and deliberate. You begin sorting them into smaller groups, one to the left, another to the right, a third remaining at center. The motion is unhurried, each letter lifted, read briefly, placed with care. Paper makes a faint sound as it settles, not sharp, only a light brushing against wood. You reach for the first labeled cubby along the wall. The wooden slot holds space for a single platform's mail. its interior smooth from years of use. You slide the grouped letters inside, edges aligning neatly against the back panel. Returning to the table, you lift the next envelope. Ink glints slightly beneath the lamplight. The paper thicker than some, thinner than others. A drawer near the table's edge opens with a muted glide. Inside rests a small brass stamp, its handle rounded, its base engraved with the settlement mark. You press the stamp gently into the ink pad, dark color gathering evenly along its surface. Then you lower it onto the corner of an envelope. A soft pressure, a brief pause. You lift it again. The mark remains clear, centered, drying slowly in the warm air. One by one, you repeat the motion. Ink, press, lift, set aside. The rhythm becomes steady, not mechanical, simply consistent. Beside the ledger, a spool of thin twine rests in a shallow dish. You draw a length across the table, wrap it around a newly sorted group. Cross it once, then again. The knot forms easily, not tight, only secure enough to hold the pages together. Steam continues to rise from the cup near your hand. You lift it briefly. Sip once. Set it down again. The warmth remains in your palms, then fades gradually as the cup returns to the table. You reach for another envelope. This one bears a faint crease along one corner. You smooth it gently with the flat of your hand, the paper responding without protest. The shelves hold their quiet order, cubbies gradually filling, stacks lowering as sorting continues. You turn a page in the ledger, the paper thicker than the letters, its surface slightly textured. With measured strokes, you record the new arrivals. Date written carefully. Platform names listed in even rows. The pen glides across the page. Ink flowing smoothly. No blotting, no hesitation. You pause to let the line dry. Breathing steady. Room warm. Another bundle waits at the table's edge. You lift it, loosen the twine, spread the envelopes. Corners align beneath your fingertips. Edges squared. Stacks forming once more. The sound within the room remains contained. Paper shifting, drawer sliding, steam lifting. Outside, the tide continues its patient motion beneath the structure. But from here, it feels distant, softened by walls and lamplight. You press the stamp again into ink. Lower, pause, lift. The mark settles onto the page, dark against pale surface. A new bundle forms beneath your hands. Twine drawn, wrapped, knotted. The finished stack joins the others along the table. Even rows, labels visible. You return to the ledger once more, recording the final group from the satchel. Line after line, steady and clear. When the last envelope is placed into its cubby, you rest your hands lightly on the table's surface. The work continues without hurry, without strain. Paper resting where it belongs. Ink drying in quiet warmth. Steam rising gently from the cup. And the floating post office holds its calm beneath steady lamplight. You remain standing for a moment, hands resting lightly against the wood. The warmth of the room feels more noticeable now, not heavy, simply present. Lamplight holds steady within its glass chimney, its glow reaching the far corners of the shelves without sharp shadow. You move slowly along the nearest wall. Each cubby bears a small handwritten label. Names arranged in tidy rows. Platform numbers written beneath in smaller script. Some compartments hold only a single envelope. Others carry small stacks tied with thin cord. The wood along the edges has been smoothed by years of touch. Corners rounded gently. Grain visible where varnish has worn thin. A narrow window sits between two shelving columns. Its lower pane carries the faintest trace of condensation. Warm interior air meeting the cooler night beyond. Through the glass, only darkness shows. A suggestion of water below. A deeper tone of sky above. You trace a finger lightly along the window frame. Dust barely present. The surface clean and maintained. Beside the window hangs a small rack of unused envelopes. Paper crisp, edges sharp, waiting their turn. A wall clock rests higher near the beam. Its face simple, its hands moving without sound. The passage of time marked visually rather than audibly. Along the far shelf, parcels of varied sizes sit wrapped in brown paper. Twine crossing neatly over each surface. Labels affixed in careful handwriting. One package carries a small pressed leaf tucked beneath its cord. Flattened and pale, kept in place without slipping. You pause near the stove. The kettle has quieted, steam thinner now. The surface of the water still beneath the lid. The cup remains where you set it, heat reduced but lingering. A faint ribbon of warmth rising from its surface. You lift it once more. A small sip, measured. Then the cup returns to the table. The air carries subtle layers. Paper, ink, warm metal, wood. Each scent distinct yet balanced within the room. You walk once around the central table. Bundles aligned, edges squared, no corners bent. The ledger page has dried completely. Ink settled into the fibers. Dark lines crisp against pale paper. You close the book gently. The cover meets the table with a muted contact. Contained, Near the doorway, a narrow shelf holds outgoing mail sacks. Canvas folded flat for now. Hooks above them empty. The latch rests in place against the wood, polished smooth by repetition rather than force. Light beneath the door outlines the threshold faintly. A thin glow along the floorboards. You pause there for a moment, listening not for anything specific, but noticing the room's balance. The structure shifts slightly as a swell passes beneath. The motion subtle enough to feel only in the soles of your feet. No objects slide, no stacks lean. Everything remains placed with care. The lamplight continues to hold the space together. Paper edges reflect softly. Glass chimney clear. Flame steady at its center. You return once more to the table, hands resting flat against the wood, breath moving evenly. The room feels complete for the night. Letters sorted, entries recorded, bundles aligned. Outside, the tide carries the platform through its quiet arc. Within these walls, warmth and order remain undisturbed, and the floating post office rests in its own gentle balance beneath steady lamplight. You take a seat beside the central table. The chair settles beneath your weight, wood answering wood with a soft, contained sound. The lamplight appears gentler now, not dimmer, only calmer against the walls. The shelves hold their ordered rows without drawing attention. Edges blur slightly at their corners. Paper and timber blending into a softer outline. Your hands rest loosely on the table's surface. The warmth that gathered in the room lingers, not strong, only steady. The cup remains near your right hand. You lift it once more. The ceramic cooler than before, but still faintly warm at its base. A small sip, measured. Then the cup returns to its place. Steam no longer rises in visible threads. The surface calm. The flame within the lamp continues its small movement, contained behind glass, a quiet center of light. You lean back slightly in the chair. The platform shifts beneath the building as the tide passes under. A slow lift, then a gradual settling. From inside, the motion feels distant, almost imagined. Your breathing finds its own rhythm. Inhale, exhale. The air carries warmth near the stove and a gentler coolness closer to the door. Two subtle layers held within the same room. The window holds only darkness beyond, glass reflecting a faint glow from within. Your gaze softens there for a moment, then lowers to the table. Nothing remains undone. The bundles are placed, the ledger closed, the cubbies filled. The room requires no further tending. It simply holds its shape. You rest both hands in your lap, shoulders easing downward, neck releasing tension without effort. Another swell passes beneath the platform, the movement barely noticeable now, only a gentle shift through the floorboards. The lamp's glow rests evenly across the ceiling beams. Shadows faint, not sharp. Your eyelids grow heavier, not from fatigue, but from stillness. Breathing slows again. Inhale, long and even. Exhale, soft, complete. The warmth in the room feels settled, contained within timber and glass. Outside, water continues its patient motion, unseen, felt only in the smallest adjustments of balance. The chair supports you without demand. The table remains steady beneath your fingertips. Light from the lamp reaches the far shelf and stops gently at the wall. There is no need to stand, no need to sort further, no need to listen for arrival. The floating post office rests in quiet order, paper stacked, ink dried, twine laid aside. Your breathing deepens once more. Inhale. Exhale. The room holds you in its warmth, steady above the tide, as the night continues beyond the walls. You rise from the chair slowly. The wood beneath you answers with a contained shift. Then stillness returns. Your hand reaches toward the lamp, not to extinguish it, only to lower the flame. The small wheel turns beneath your fingers. The flame narrows, light drawing inward. The room changes subtly. Corners soften. Shadows gather along the shelves. The ceiling beams recede into deeper tone. Paper stacks lose their sharp edges. Twine darkens against pale bundles. The warmth remains, but the brightness reduces to something gentler. You pause near the doorway. The latch lifts without resistance. The door opens a few inches. Cool air enters in a narrow stream, sliding across the floorboards before rising toward the ceiling. Outside, the platforms lie quiet above the water. Low windows across the settlement glow faintly, dimmed for the night. Walkways stretch between structures in dark lines. Rope railings unmoving, posts descending into unseen depth. Only distant water folds beneath timber, a slow pressure felt more than heard. You stand beneath the awning for a moment longer. The air cooler here, the scent of salt clearer. Above, the sky opens wide and unbroken. A scattering of stars rests across its darker field. Steady. The settlement remains low against the water, its lights small and contained, held together by quiet routine. Near the table, a small bundle rests apart from the others. Outgoing letters tied with thin cord, label secured in careful script. You lift the bundle and step once more onto the platform. The boards move gently beneath your feet. A slow rise, a lowering. The ferry waits where it was left, dark outline beside the dock, balanced with the tide. You place the bundle inside the cabin, resting it on the narrow shelf. No further adjustment needed. Then you return beneath the awning. The door closes behind you, holding the warmth inside. The lamp's softened glow gathers the room again. Not bright, only present enough to shape the space. You return to the chair and sit. The platform shifts beneath the building as a swell passes below. The motion gradual, almost like a breath. Your breathing follows. Inhale. Exhale. The shelves hold their rows in dimmer light, the ledger resting closed along the table's edge. The air in the room settles further, warm near the stove, cooler along the floor, balanced and contained. Outside, the settlement rests above the tide. Some windows dark, others faint. The water continues its motion beneath every platform. Your shoulders ease downward, hands resting loosely. Inhale, long. Exhale, even. There is nothing more to arrange, nothing more to record until morning. The floating post office rests above the open sea. Warmth lingers in timber and air. Paper remains stacked in careful order. Ink dried. Twine laid flat. Your eyelids grow heavier, not from effort, only from stillness. The platform rises once more, then lowers. Your breath continues in that calm measure. Inhale. Exhale. The lamplight remains, soft and steady within its glass. And as the tide carries everything in its slow rhythm above the dark water, your eyes close gently, breath deep and even, while the floating post office holds its quiet warmth through the night.